Sammy here.
The study shows that different children adopt their own style of controlling their feelings when faced with frustrations, and that some temperaments cope better than others.
You did it. Good job, sweetie.
So the baby human can express a range of feelings at a very early age.
One of your crackers?
But at a certain age, a new set of emotions appear, which catapult the baby human into a whole new dramatic realm. As the baby human grows, so does the array of feelings they experience. The early emotions of surprise, anger, joy, fear gradually acquire more shades. But there is still a whole field of emotions they have not experienced yet. Embarrassment, pride, shame. These are called the self-conscious emotions. So when do they first appear in the baby human? Michael Lewis's lab at Rutgers University has devoted much of their research to the field of these self-conscious emotions. The first step is to establish at what age children acquire consciousness of self. Michael is 14 months. A researcher dabs a bit of lipstick on the end of his nose. Then he is placed in front of a mirror to see if he can recognize himself. He is still too young to know that it's him in the mirror. He thinks it's another little boy and goes to find him. Muhammad is a few months older than Michael. Will he notice the red dot? Muhammad just stares at the mirror. At 17 months, he is still too young to be aware of himself. Hunter is 24 months. She looks in the mirror and is taken aback. When she looks a second time, she rubs her nose. 22-month Shira also notices the mark on her nose.
Mess. Mess.
By touching her nose, it suggests she recognizes herself in the mirror and has reached the stage of self-consciousness. This research shows that this stage usually appears by the time a child has reached the age of 2. Then Shira is invited to take part in the next phase of the experiments. Researchers wanted to know if the emotion of embarrassment goes hand in hand with self-recognition. Shira is given bright, exciting toys to play with. Suddenly, the researcher and Shira's father call out her name and point at her.
Shira.
The earliest form of embarrassment is when you are the center of attention.
Shira.
Shira stops what she's doing, smiles sheepishly, and touches her body, the classic signs of embarrassment. Then 17-month Muhammad is tested. He was one of the children who did not recognize himself in the mirror. No matter how much his mother and the researcher point at him and call his name, he does not react with embarrassment. Researchers conclude that it is only when a toddler recognizes himself that the self-conscious emotion of embarrassment appears. But embarrassment has many faces and is also related to the baby human's temperament. And sometimes it's just too much to handle.
Don't call Hunter. It's okay.
2.5-year-old Kevin is busy drawing at the kitchen table. He is giving full rein to his artistic imagination. The medium he has chosen to express himself in is colored crayons. It's an abstract composition and needs some explanation.
Is it a sunny day or is it cloudy?
It's cloudy.
It's a cloudy day. We all finished?
Part of any artist's process is sharing it with an appreciative audience.
That is the most beautiful picture. Thank you so much for doing it for Mommy.
When his mother makes a fuss over his drawing and sings his praises, it makes Kevin happy.
Do you want to put it on the fridge? so everyone can see it? Okay, let's do
It's
that.
the first hint of a new emotion, pride. When do children experience pride and its opposite, shame? What provokes those feelings and how are they expressed? Those are the questions that Michael Lewis at Rutgers University is asking as part of his continuing studies on self-conscious emotions.
Okay.
3-year-old Alana is about to do a series of puzzles.
Some fun puzzles, all right? I have a bell, and I'm gonna set my bell for 2 minutes. Now you have to finish this puzzle before the bell rings. All right? Do you think you can do it?
Yeah.
You have to be done, okay? Go ahead.
What Alana doesn't know is that the researcher is controlling the clock and the test is rigged. The first time, she is allowed to complete the puzzle.
Great job! You finished right before.
Alana sees that she's beaten the clock. Her whole body shows signs of pride at her accomplishment.
All right. Are you ready for my next one?
On the second puzzle, the researcher manipulates the clock so that it rings before Alana finishes the puzzle.
I'm sorry. You didn't finish before my bell rang.
Alana realizes she has failed. Her expression is downcast and she can't bring herself to make eye contact with the researcher. All signs of shame.
You want to do this puzzle again? And see if you can finish it in the same amount of time?
But this expression of shame has many faces. Sometimes it is tinged with embarrassment.
Sorry. You didn't finish before my bell. Uh-oh. You did not finish before the bell.
Sometimes a refusal to admit failure.
Before the bell. I'm sorry. You did not finish before the bell.
Again, it all depends on temperament. And even though pride may have many expressions, there is no mistaking when it appears.
Good job. Give me 2. You're so good.
Researchers concluded that only when the baby human becomes aware of their own accomplishments and failures do the emotions of pride and shame emerge.
You finished before the bell again. You're so good at this. Great job. Thank you.
The emotional journey of the baby human begins in the first few moments of life and lasts a lifetime. It is in relationship with others that the journey evolves. Researchers have discovered that each child comes into the world with their own temperament.
Where'd she go? Where is she?
But temperament is not destiny. The way a compassionate adult helps a child overcome difficult moments teaches them coping skills.
What's that taste like?
Cracker.
It tastes like cracker.
At around 18 months, when they recognize themselves for the first time, a whole new door opens. More complex emotions appear. Embarrassment, shame, and pride are added to the repertoire.
You're so good at this. Oh, there's.
And throughout the journey, they give and receive love, the most important emotion of all,
Even though
and one that will take a lifetime for the baby human to explore.
I still love you, and I always will. Like that encore?